Hi guys, welcome to Robin Hood Diaries. Today it's a little bit offbeat today because I'm going to do a flat out makeup tutorial to be natural looking, camera ready, and a little bit more youthful. This is kind of geared towards the over 30 set, over 40 set, and beyond, like me, by 20 years. Again, please forgive me, you artists, not makeup artists. You are artists. You reinvent, you re-envision, you create, you are editorial, you are your own accessory, and it is a multifaceted talent in so many areas for so many reasons with so many effective results. I am just going on number one, like $1,250 a day makeup artist, going all the way back to the early 80s, watching them. Didn't watch my mom because she couldn't put on her makeup, believe it or not. Everyone did it for her. And then jumping ahead, I worked extensively with the special effects makeup artist. I did a show on it in order to get her into a higher end union, which is called IA. It wasn't NABIT where a lot of people worked. And I had to go through about 7 different looks with her and listen to a lot of what she said while we were doing it. She was the only one that passed the test out of 10 people that day because the examiners come in with each look that you have to go redo and bring me in. I was her model. So I'm only going to tell you what works for me. All the shades may not be dead on the money, but this is the best I can do, and it seems to be effective. This can also double as day wear if you, and I really do think it's the best way to, maybe to go to even an audition. A little bit brighter, a little bit younger. Here's the thing, number one, that I learned from the special effects makeup artist. And this is, I'm going to go to my don't bother table. Skin is about 17 different colors, okay? It is a speckled array of perhaps at least 5 different shades of colors. Hence, when you do a bald cap, you literally have to stipple for a half an hour in 3 different shades in order to achieve the look of the 17 different shades that are in your skin. Therefore, in my opinion, it is impossible to approximate that with flat out foundations and recreations, because you are matting out something that is, like I said, at least 7 different colors in a sort of nano, cosm that makes up the skin. Therefore, these are all in my humble opinion. Blending is everything with makeup. You have to go back to your original 17 colors. You're just enhancing it and brightening it. You're taking shadows out and things. So let's try and move along here. Having this, that was my disclaimer. Okay. So I'm gonna, don't worry, I'm gonna try and crop this so it's as close as possible. Again, this is sort of natural lighting, daytime. This is what you would approximate kind of like in a store or something like that. I'm gonna use this. One of my tricks, which is weird, is that my side is bad, like up close, all over. I'm like, shaving, whatever. I prefer to do my makeup without my glasses on. I tend to envision what is sort of a veiled effect overall of what it's going to look like. I don't want to get mired in detail of, wait a minute, this is too light. It takes up too much time. So the deal is that this should really, in my opinion, once you get used to it a few times, should take you no longer than 5 minutes to do, not including a little shave. Once you're shaved, this should be soup to nuts 5 minutes. Now, speaking of shaving, I used to hate this shit, moisturized like shaving cream. However, use it. Do not use it as a foam. Take it and blend it in like a moisturizer so you just barely see a shade of white or cream. Take always a brand new, I use a double-edged razor, works for me. Once you've done that, you go down, down, down. This is to save time because you don't want nicks. Down always in the direction of the hair. Now, my other trick is I leave a little bit of the hair in there because then it shortens the distance to the edge of the blade and you don't get snagging. So once I've gotten it all off, then I gently go over it. I don't really take, move, rinse, or whatever, and I go over the areas that really need to be cleaned up. And then I rinse my face. That's that for that. We'll get into hair later. Okay, here you're gonna see me again. This is like, I'm fresh out of the shower. It's gonna dry while I'm doing this, who cares? But to prove that I have nothing on, nothing you need, I'm lying, as primer or anything, I'm just gonna rewrite my face so that you know that this is like literally fresh out of the shower, dry as a bone. I'm working with nothing. Now, foundation. You are already moisturizing your face with tinted moisturizer. So you don't need really to be dry. Don't be wet and maybe damp. Now, here's I'm gonna flip through my do's and don'ts. Like for me, again, this is all IMHO. Now, considering what I've said about colors of skin and having to recreate it in like 1 or 2 shades, again, I'm not talking about evening, this is natural. Why in the hell would you want to put that on your face? I don't care what the box says, and I don't care what Amazon says, and I don't care what the consultant online punching your autumn whatever. You are putting matte on your face that is essentially one color that in order to achieve a natural look, you're gonna have to rub off. So don't use liquid foundation. I am religious about this, just don't use it. You don't need to add a color over something that should be 7 colors. Okay, another rule of thumb. Concealer, this is lipstick to me. Okay, this stuff is lipstick. It is thick, it is gluish, it serves whatever purpose you think it does, but it doesn't. The thing about concealer and liquid foundation is not only are you trying to create 1 or 2 colors or shades out of 7, but this is not only like an unnecessary investment, but this is going to create shadows. You are laying on another level of something that is thicker and going to create more of a shadow. My point is to get rid of the shadows, okay? So again, this creates shadows. We want to eliminate that look and create as close as we can as a natural look. Yuck, definitely no concealer. Just please, it's lipstick. Okay, another quickie on skin and like it being so many colors. This shit, you know, if you want to put bronzer on and you want to do like drag queens do, which is all the darkening up here and the drawing of the nose and everything, fine. You look like a drag queen. No, I'm kidding. See, this stuff I'm talking not to do works for editorial. Okay, makeup artists, and that's not the only thing I'm going to give you, but a makeup artist can do better editorial work than I can or anyone can do. That's what they're trained to do. I'm going to tell you the irony here, that working with so many makeup artists for so long, and a director so demanding that he sent me out, Joe Settlemyer as his production assistant, to go and get a better shave to make it look more natural. Creating natural, I'm not wearing makeup looks for camera when you're holding up whatever product you're holding up like this is twice as hard and takes twice as long as evening makeup. Okay, so let's get started. I mean, you're gonna use this occasionally and it's not even good enough lighting, but we'll do our best, right? We're not going for, see, the thing about all your fancy, like big circle lights is that, again, that's editorial. It's not how it's going to appear up close. It is what it is. Okay, so first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take, again, the only thing to use, guys, I'll try and swatch if I can. The only thing, again, these are not in my exact shades, but oh well. You're gonna use this as any kind of foundation and starter. So this is as close to a natural color as I can get to my skin, okay? Right. Now I'm literally just gonna take barely that which came out of the top, do this, and just go over as like a base kind of clearing that is really doing nothing but just sort of nothing. Okay, we've done that. Now, before literally we go in with any foundation or anything, I'm going to create the age effect that I want to youthen my skin. Now, don't worry about too little, because you can't undo too much. You can always overdo too little. So I'm going to create my little youthful clown mask here. Now, the areas that I want to concentrate are the first most important to me, which is from age, gravity does wonders. I want to get rid of these, right? Okay, so I'm going to lightly lift to get right in there so it's not smudging all over the line. So I'm going to lift, and I'm going to take what I have rubbed very vigorously on the edge of this. Now I am using what is, maybe I prefer e.l.f.,